So I discovered Viconic, I think it was 3 years ago at a trade show at a conference in Charlotte. They have a simulation of a human head and they can drop it and measure the impact. And you walk by and you hear this thud, and it's a very unnatural sound to hear a head or a 10-pound bowling ball hit carpet on top of concrete. And then the way that the demonstration was, you went from this really upsetting kind of bone-on concrete sound that they were simulating to then it was just like a thud. And so it was my reaction was very visceral, and I knew right away that this would be a great product, and wanted to become one of the companies that was using it in a pilot program. I just knew based on the amount of data and the background of the technology that this wasn't it might have been a unique application, but it wasn't unique technology. This really seemed like, hey, it's something you put in the building, you put it down and you forget it, and it does its job without any further interventions or fussiness. In the pilot project, we identified an area of a building where it sort of was like the end of a wing or the end of a hallway, where it made sense. It was this group of rooms. They were due to have their flooring replaced anyway. So we were going to have to spend money on new carpet. This was sort of an added bonus underlay, and it gave us kind of an area where we could specifically designate residents who we thought were going to be fall risk. So it was a nice little proof of concept. You can't tell it now when you walk into the unit. You'd have no idea that it had something unique about it, other than if you're paying attention when you stand, you can tell it's more supportive but softer, if that makes any sense. If for somebody stands on their feet 8-10 hours a day on concrete, it gets exhausting, and you can tell immediately that this is supportive and doesn't cause that fatigue. And we've heard that from our staff too, now that it's been there for going on 2 years. It is not squishy, so it can withstand impact from wheelchairs or walkers or scooters. Our director of nursing has been consistent and there for the whole pilot project, and she's very supportive and loves it and loves the passive way in which it mitigates falls that are inevitable. If you're working that wing of the building, there is just less fatigue and stress in the legs, because you're no longer just standing slab on grade on concrete with a little bit of carpet on top. You have that absorption that it makes standing on your feet for that long that much easier and more enjoyable. The acknowledgement that you can't prevent falls in general, but you can prevent them from being fatal, and you can prevent the kind of injuries that in the senior population, 25% of people who go to the hospital from a fall injury end up passed away within that first year. Acknowledging that the inevitability of the fall, but wanting to reduce the impact is just so critical. There's a couple components that make Viconic such a good solution. It does not take maintenance year over year. It does not you don't have to hire some IT guy to be at every community to troubleshoot it. It's just there. When you're building a business case for your leadership team about why you should use Viconic, it becomes out of one or two examples pretty clear what that return on investment is in real dollars that you as the provider save, not to even mention the dollars that are saved by hospitals by not having these ER visits, or insurance providers by not having these sort of chronic falls that really can change the quality of life for a senior.